I never thought I would be a twin flame coach. I don't even like that term. I like to call myself a twin flame guide, or I do twin flame guidance, because I don't think anyone can really coach you on this journey. So, how did I come to do this work? Well, I wasn't always a twin flame coach, and I wasn't even always spiritual. So, most of my career, I worked in offices, I was in the corporate world. The last job I had, that was a real job in the real world, was a software engineer at a startup. Before that, I was a teacher. And before that, I was an event planner and an executive assistant in DC. Do you believe that? And after I met my twin flame, I had a big awakening. But I actually started my awakening before I met him. And I knew I wanted to be a meditation teacher and be a healer. I knew that is my real self is, who I really am. But I didn't know how to get there, and the universe presented me with this absurd situation when I met my twin flame, where I had to confront myself. And after he died, I knew I couldn't waste a single moment on this planet doing something I thought was meaningless, or almost meaningless even. I just couldn't do it anymore. I'd rather be dead. So I poured myself into this work, and I started writing. The more I wrote about twin flames and spiritual topics in my blogs and on medium.com, the more people found me who wanted to talk to me, mostly about their twin flame journeys. And eventually somebody asked me if I offer sessions. And I thought, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. I was already teaching meditation, and by then I was a certified wellness coach. But when I started offering sessions for people to talk about their twin flame journeys, that just kind of blew up. I never had to do any marketing. I never had to pay to get my name out there. I just kept writing and making content. Now, many of you may know me as a YouTube personality or TikTok. I do have a lot of video content because I have a great videographer now. But it wasn't always that way. I was a writer. That was my primary thing. And it turns out people are on the internet 24/7 Googling twin flames. What is a twin flame? Have I met my twin flame? What are the signs of a twin flame? Am I crazy? Is it just limerence? Am I obsessed? And they find me. They land on my website. I consider absolutely none of them an accident, because there's no accidents in the universe. And if the universe has brought them to me, that means I am here to help them. And I take it seriously. As the years have gone by, I've embraced that this is my path. I'm a spiritual coach primarily and a writer, but my niche is twin flames. And my niche within a niche is twin flame death, because very few people out there talking about twin flames know what it feels like when your twin flame dies. You think that we're all supposed to be here until old age, and if you meet your twin flame, you have plenty of years to figure out how to be together. But don't be so sure. Don't take anything for granted. You have a very short time here anyway. Even if you live to be 90, it's still not very long. So that's just some wisdom I'm passing on to you, to be grateful and live in the present moment as much as possible. And when people find me after their twin flame dies, I want to help them live a fulfilling life, because I've built that for myself. I survived the dark night of the soul, and I came back out of it, and I want very sincerely to help anybody who's on that same path. So I do coaching of all kinds, and we don't have to talk about twin flames, but twin flames are a hot topic, and people really have to face their own souls sometimes when they meet their twin flames. They need someone to talk about it, because there's very few people out there who understand what they're going through. Very few therapists would find it a normal thing to talk about, right? So I'm not a therapist, I'm not a medical professional of any kind, but I do have a sympathetic ear, and I've seen some crazy things on my journey that other people would think are crazy, and sometimes I even doubt. So I will not judge anyone else for what they've experienced. Everyone's experience is valid, in my opinion. And for me on my journey, even I sometimes doubt whether twin flames are real. Less and less lately, but it was years. I was already doing this work for a long time, and I still had daily doubts whether this was all real. There's a lot of people out there who will just tell you you're nuts for talking about this. But do I care? No, because I've hit rock bottom. My twin flame died and my world was shattered. I had to build it back up from scratch. And I really don't care what anybody thinks about it. I'm happy and I want to help others be happy. We're all on the path to enlightenment, maybe different stages of that path. It's not linear, and we all have something to learn from each other. So I very much enjoy talking to my clients. I never get bored of hearing twin flame stories. I've heard so many now, and they never cease to fascinate me, because the journey to love is all that really matters while we're here as humans. And there's so many ways to experience that. My experience is just one of those ways, and I want to hear all of them. I want to live vicariously through other stories. So it's very inspiring what I do, and I am very fulfilled. It sounds loopy to some people, and that is fine. I really don't care. I don't care what people think. I'm helping people, and that's all that really matters. So if you'd like to work with me, you can find me on my website, wellnessoneness.com, and I look forward to speaking with you.